Slacktail Squad, assemble.
So anyway, a serving of a banana is a
It's
plantain.
No, it's
Well,
half of a banana.
There's no serving size of a banana.
Yes, there is. A
There's
serving
none.
size of a
The serving
banana
size of a banana
is
is
half
none.
of banana.
So why are we comparing bananas to plantains? Is this some sort of metaphor?
They're smaller. Let's talk about the little ones, the tiny plantains.
The little baby
The
bananas.
little
But
baby
anyway,
ones.
why are we so critical of what I drink during?
We're just asking a fucking question, Ron.
Oh, well, what do you guys drink?
Coffee.
Water.
That's it.
Crystal Light.
Yeah, Crystal Light, Zevia.
Now, doesn't Crystal Light have more chemicals in it than meth?
No.
Probably. I mean, meth doesn't have that many chemicals. It's probably got like 3.
But isn't it? You know, I look at Crystal Light and any other sports drink. I mean, is it good for you?
No.
No. See, but my apple juice and banana cocktail basically is.
How much sugar?
Sure your apple
how much
juice
sugar
is
do you
not
think is in
apple juice?
Honestly, I don't care. I really don't give a damn.
You should.
No, I don't, and I won't.
He
because
fears
it's just
no
good.
smoothie.
I fear no
smoothie.
diabetes. Ron's fears no diabetes.
I don't.
This is the Slaptail Squad, as you could tell by looking at my cup. But because this is a podcast and we don't do video, which I kind of like, I'm drinking out of my Slaptail Squad cup.
Yeah, you know, it's sort of like saying, "Hey, look at this," and no one gives a damn. Okay, there we go. But if you want to do a live view, we could do it.
No one needs to see you.
No.
Oh,
I really don't think that it's necessary if the medium is a podcast. What's the point of having it on video? The nice thing about podcast is people can just listen to the podcast without having to watch something.
Well, no, you could do both. When you look at
I could do both. I could also shortwave radio it out into the universe if I wanted to.
Well, what I'm saying is Kevin Smith does Fat Man. I mean, he does say the audio commentary for a podcast, doesn't he?
Or you can audio is podcasting.
No.
But he videos it. He does it as live.
Yeah, and then you can release the audio part of it.
Yeah, but again, that's not the point of a podcast. The point of a podcast is for it to be audio.
So Ron wants to deconstruct it. He wants to do a live show backwards. So we're going to do the podcast version and then add the video.
That didn't make sense.
Yes, it did.
Only to you.
Fuck off, friends.
I agree that it might have only made Swens to the Swan. It might have only made Swens to the Swan.
I love how we have this different language for the swan.
We should actually. We should start everything.
That would make so much sense now and then.
It would.
Swa.
Yeah, just put.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah, it's already a word.
That didn't work.
That's not part of the swan vocabulary.
So I'm looking at our topic here: choices, and feet. Why?
That's not a topic. It's just I had to put a title.
Oh, okay. So
I had to put a title.
This is a podcast.
Did I even get to really introduce the Slaptail Squad?
No.
Well, you kind of went into it. So this
no
is not
introduction needed.
I'm the Beeve Man. That's what's most important. That's why you come to listen to this podcast, is to listen to the Beeve Man.
So this is not a podiatrist podcast.
I'm impressed that you actually knew that word, Ron.
I mean,
podcast.
Yeah, podiatrist. He pronounced it slightly wrong, but
yeah, that's the way it goes in life. So anyway,
once again, I'm the Beeve Man, master of the universe.
Him, Beeve Man.
The reason why you listen to this podcast is because of me. Or maybe you listen to hear what ridiculous shit comes out of the Ron's mouth.
It's not all ridiculous.
Hold that smoothie up again. It kind of looks like liquid shit.
It does. It looks like it's what you get. It's the fluid shit
from your colonoscopy.
After lots of mixing
in the porta potty.
Motion inside a porta potty.
Listen, it's easy to digest when you have a big night ahead of you. It doesn't weigh me down too much.
I have never met anyone so intent on letting everyone know about how hard his new adventure is.
No,
I got a big night ahead of me.
No.
It's not going to weigh me down.
I didn't say anything about my new adventure. I like smoothies. I really do. Right? That's just me.
I don't know.
Right?
I don't know. Right?
What's your go-to drink if you're on the go or you're doing things?
Water.
Water. It's not like a coffee or from a specialty place. It's
still water.
Okay. Well, mine happens to be a smoothie if I can. I like them.
Yeah, I don't drink them because there's too many calories, and I try to get my calories a different way.
I like to chew my calories.
Yeah. So how do you get your calories?
Food.
Eating.
Like what?
I don't know. What do you want to know? What I had today?
Sure. Why not? What does the Beeb Man eat so we can all follow and revel in it?
I had 3 little mozzarella balls, olives, and some prosciutto.
So, why 3 little mozzarella balls?
Because that's what came in the package. So a serving size of mozzarella.
Okay. I know there's a bad analogy there, but we'll do that.
What kind of bad analogy do you have with 3 balls?
Hey-oh. We'll let that one go. And Swan?
Well, I think you're going to let it go because you have no analogy.
What did I eat today?
Yeah, what did you eat today?
I had 2 boiled eggs for breakfast.
Living large.
Yeah, with some almonds. And then for lunch, I had a salad with cucumber, avocado, tomato, onions, and feta. And then I just had some cheese and pork rinds.
Now, I'm going to harken back to your...
Harken,
yeah.
He's going to take it to Old English, and he's going to harken.
I'm going to harken back to your nursing field. Do you think... And I know how you're going to... I know possibly what you're going to say, Beebman, on this. Do you think most Americans have a decent diet when they want a diet?
No,
of course not. We're one of the most obese nations in the world.
I knew you were going to say that, but
why would you even? I don't think the majority of people have a good diet, and not only do the majority of people not have a good diet, when you ask people about their diet, they tell you that what their diet is and insist that they eat healthy, and you're like, you don't eat like that. Who are you lying to? Whatever.
Well, what would you consider a decent dietary plan? I mean, yeah, we see all the research and all the BS out there on that.
Do you see all the research? Do you read research? Really? From what reputable sources are you getting your information?
Wikipedia. Everybody, and YouTube and Facebook.
Hey, I like Wikipedia. I do. But I would not consider that the end-all, be-all research source.
I didn't say
it is very
that.
good, though. It is really good, though. Honestly,
I donate to regularly.
I donate to Wikipedia every year.
Fantastic.
Keep it going, man. You got to keep Wikipedia going.
Yeah. Actually, I go on different websites to see, like when I was training, right? I was going paleo.
What were we, 8 minutes in? What kind of training were you doing? What were you training for?
Cardio.
For what?
Just to see if I could run.
So you weren't training; you were just exercising.
Well,
training would indicate that you were doing some increased activity for some sort of a task, goal, something like that.
Well, I wanted to see if I could run. I run a 5K.
So you were training for a 5K?
For a 5K. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you do the 5K?
No. No. But I just wanted to see if I could do it. Right?
Could you?
Yeah.
Okay.
But Carrie trained me.
This is a great story.
Yeah, I by the way, I knew where you were going with this.
It's one of those big build-ups that you have that actually goes nowhere.
Actually, no, I kind of shut it down because I knew exactly where you were going with this. Okay. So Carrie taught me how to run, and I wanted to see if I could get my time down. And I really did want to run a 5K.
You just wanted to be faster than her because she has short legs.
No. I didn't know how to run properly. No one ever, there's a way to run properly. No one ever trains you to run properly.
You were in the Air Force. Oh, that's right. Never mind. I answered my own question.
They didn't run?
Well, no, we ran, but do they teach you how to run? I mean, did they do
I
that in
don't
the
know,
Army?
Because it was run faster, or you're going to be in a world of shit. And
Yeah, but
we'll
that's
make
not
the
training you
logo.
how to run a marathon. That's not
We
training you how
didn't
to run a 5K,
marathons. We didn't run
right?
marathons.
Right? That's not
This
training.
is how
That's
they
just
train.
telling you
This is how you
to
train
run,
you
duck, and cover.
Run faster.
Yeah, but did they teach you breathing technique, stepping technique?
No, they teach you to run faster. That's
Yeah.
it.
I feel like your body kind of just figures it out. Nobody taught me how to run either.
That's actually not true.
Well, mine did.
No, I analyzed how you ran and told you ways to improve it because you were wasting way too much energy running.
Maybe.
You were excessively swinging your upper body, which is not necessary for long distance running.
But someone,
Yeah. Are you saying
but,
I didn't tell you
I mean,
that?
my body just figured it out. It wasn't maybe necessarily the most efficient, but
I told you what you were doing wrong to run more effectively. Do you mean that we all naturally know how to run? Yes, we all do know how to run so that we don't get killed and eaten by a saber-toothed tiger.
Yeah. So, I'm glad you guys outran that saber-toothed tiger, but no one taught me how to run properly. Yes, you're right. The military teaches you to run faster, but not more efficiently. So Carrie taught me how to run efficiently. Mm-hmm. And she trained me. So, and I set markers for myself. And, before you know it, I was running 5K every other day.
Okay. So what was your time then, now that you were training?
I got it down to 33 minutes, I think.
That's not right. That's impossible. Right?
That's an 11-minute mile.
There's no way you ran that slow.
Yeah. No, I believe it.
Yeah.
Well, that's insulting.
No,
that's not slow for someone who's never ran.
I was pacing myself. I would have probably gotten faster if I stuck with it, but I was pacing myself.
And you weren't running out of breath running. You were talking about being comfortable and pacing yourself for a comfy 5K.
Yeah. I mean, that's all you can do. If you're going for balls to the wall, we'll say, and you're doing a sprint, that's great. But that wasn't me. I just wanted to get a little bit faster each time.
So you were jogging, leisurely jogging a 5K.
That's slightly faster than a walk.
No.
Okay. You know what? It's a matter of perception.
13 minutes, I can walk briskly a mile.
Uh-huh.
So he had to at least pick his feet up.
When I ran with somebody, I did like either, I want to say a 7 or 9 minute mile.
Not 9, maybe 7. I have to haul ass to do.
You go from this major extreme of an 11-minute mile, even dropping down to a 9-minute mile is an extreme.
But I was running with somebody trying to keep up with their pace.
Okay.
So when you run alone, you go at your own pace. When you run with a pack, you kind of keep up with the pack. So
I want to see Ron's run a 7-minute mile.
Can we put that? If I had to.
No, I bet you can't.
Oh my gosh, is this one of those Ron's moments?
It is. I bet. All right.
Okay, Slaptail Nation, you've heard it. Ron's is going to run a 7-minute mile.
I got $100 that says he can't.
I got $100 says he can't.
All right, Ron's. $200.
You can. $200, Ron's.
And if you do it, you don't have to pay us anything.
No, that's great, but all right, I'll have
if you fail.
Slaptail Nation, Ron's says he can run a 7-minute mile for $200.
And if you want to donate, we'll donate all this money that Ron's loses to charity.
Oh, great. I'll see what my schedule's like, and I'll start.
No. There's no.
You said you could do it. You don't get to train for it.
There's no training period. You said you could do a 7-minute mile. We didn't say you get 6 months to train for it.
Oh, okay. So right off the bat.
Right off the bat, we'll pick up.
That is what he said, right? He said he could run a 7-minute mile.
If you want to make it advantageous for you, you can do it on a track, so it's nice and flat.
That's even worse.
Oh, see, I think that's easier.
Why is that worse?
How about a straight 1-mile shot?
Sure.
Balls to the walls as fast as you can. Straight 1-mile shot.
Where's a straight 1-mile track?
Anywhere. Run down the road. You can run one lap in my neighborhood, and that's a mile.
Yeah, okay. That would be great.
Okay.
I during COVID,
What?
It's outside.
It's
Yeah.
outside. What are you talking about?
See, look at him making up excuses.
No,
Okay, let me
no.
say this. Let me say this. All right. I am younger than the Rons.
You are.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say
Please
that
do.
I'm in better shape than the Rons.
I've seen your abs. You are.
I don't think I can run a 7-minute mile right now.
I couldn't
Why?
do it right now. I could get 8. I could do 8. I did 8:30 something the other day.
I bet you could do.
I could probably if I had to. Yes. But
Well, I had to. Would be.
I
You're
know.
gonna pay me $200 if you can't do it.
yes. So I did under 8:30 the other day.
I
So-
bet the Swan could do a 7-minute mile if she really tried hard. I bet I could do
8:30.
8:30.
Really? I thought you would be faster.
I don't run.
Didn't you challenge the daughter to a run one time and beat her?
Yeah, it was like 5 years ago, and yeah, I beat her
And I beat them both by like 2 minutes
easily.
easily.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
That is
Okay.
interesting.
so anyways,
Anyway,
Ron's-
if anyone wants to donate to Ron's fund, he'll be running a 7-minute mile.
I'll give you a week. How about that, Rons? Is that better? You got 1 week of prep time?
actually, give me 2.
No. So okay, so let me get this straight. I just
Oh, I
want
see. You get to call the time. I don't.
I'll give you 2 weeks.
I will give you 2 weeks. Now, for 200, Ron's is going to run a 7-minute mile. He has 2 weeks. If he runs a 7-minute mile, we will give him $200 or donate it to a charity of his choice.
I like
Whatever you prefer, Ron's.
that. I know.
Because
Alright.
let me put it this way. I will say this. I'll go on a limb. I'm not going to end up paying any money. 2 weeks, there's no way that you're going to run a 7-minute mile.
Okay.
If
and you
do,
better
hey,
not back out of it.
If you do, good for you,
Better
man.
not back out
I
of
mean,
it.
good for you, man. If you do it, hey, let's make sure that we get that up on the website. Let's get that up on Facebook, Instagram. Let's put that out there. that
we
the
can
Rons-
live stream it.
2 weeks from,
and then we can release the audio for the podcast.
2 weeks from today, the Rons.
Oh,
2 weeks from today, the Rons is going to run 1 mile in 7 minutes
In
or
7
less.
minutes.
Or less.
Or
Or
less.
less.
Rons, do you think you could do 40 push-ups in 1 minute?
No.
But you think you could run a 7-minute mile?
I probably could.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to let my ego talk. Why not?
I could only
No.
do 18 in 1 minute. I mean,
No,
I had
I mean-
18 seconds to spare, but the
You know,
push-ups
and-
became shitty after that.
Let me say this much. When you do your push-up, does the Beeve Man criticize how you do it?
No, because I did them right until I got to 19, and then they sucked.
So I'm pretty sure he's going to criticize the way I do push-ups.
Probably.
Yeah, I've seen your push-ups. You look like
Thank
a
you.
seal.
All right, fantastic. I appreciate that.
Speaking
I
of
don't
Just
know.
Facebook,
constructive criticism.
speaking of Facebook, Rons, you know
Yes.
how you continuously disappoint me?
Like a $3 hooker on payday.
Yuck.
Anyway,
Anyway,
why do you know what? Let's get on that topic, of course. Why do I continually disappoint you on Facebook when I post something?
Well, it's not even about posting. I got a friend's request the other day, and I'm not too happy about it. Now, what do you do if you get a friend's request from your parent? And I got this friend's
I
request.
got it too.
I got this friend's request on my personal Facebook page, but I also got it on the Slaptail Squad.
Oh, God.
Okay.
So now, why is my father on the Slaptail Squad requesting to be my friend?
That's entirely up to you. I mean, I thought we weren't being discriminative. Actually, you have final say on everything that we do on the Slaptail Nation. You are our savior, our leader. So if you don't like something, of course, you point it out. But if you don't want to be their friend, don't be their friend. Tell your dad you're a grown man. You don't need his friendship anymore.
Well, what's the pros and cons of having your parents on your Facebook? What's a pro? What's a pro?
Okay,
of
a
having
pro is it's one more avenue of contact. If they can't reach you by cell phone or they can't get a hold of you, they can
If
get
they
on
can't
Facebook.
reach me by cell phone, they're going to go on Facebook and
Yeah.
assume that I'm using my cell phone to check Facebook.
No, well, they can get a hold of people on Facebook and get a hold of you. So it's a in a roundabout way, it's a way of contacting you.
What do you say, Swan? Is there any pros about having my father on my Facebook for either one of them, either my personal one or the Slaptail Squad? Is there a pro
So
in
I
either
think
way?
maybe a pro would be they could see your shared pictures, like of the kids or whatever you might want to
Yeah.
share that
I
way,
agree.
because they take pictures, but have you ever seen those pictures? So they may be able to share some pictures.
Basically,
But
I'll agree with Swan. It's another way to connect with you, because if they live 4,000 miles away
they
and they
live
haven't seen
not
the
even an
kids,
hour away.
I'm just
I'm just
Just
saying.
giving an example, Swan.
So I
yeah.
know.
But
So-
if they,
This
and
is 7-minute mile running Ron's. So
Yeah.
let's show some goddamn respect.
so anyway,
lightning runs.
lightning rounds. So, but the thing is, if
Hey, there was a down power line at my daughter's school, Ron's. Were
I
you
was gonna
informed?
take a picture of it.
Were you
send it to
informed
you.
about that?
I was
did you get
not,
called
I
out
would have been there
for
with
that?
my black belt on, too. But however, it is just one way of contacting, seeing pictures, like if they can't be close. Now, I
I
agree
do
with
not
you.
think they need to be on the Slaptail Squad.
I don't think they
page.
need to be on either one.
Why?
Well,
Okay, so my
if
so
that
my mom,
helps, I didn't accept that request either.
Well, first of all, my mom is a friend of mine, I believe. Well, she requested me, and then I approved her request, but I never got anything back that said she approved, like that she's actually my friend. I don't think she actually is. I don't think she actually went into it and did anything. And I did that because she has a portal, and the only way for her to use her portal with me is to be friends with me on Facebook.
Okay, what is a portal?
Well, are you talking like metaphysically, or are you talking about the actual portal that Facebook uses?
It's
What
a
you mean?
tablet that you can use Facebook Messenger and video calls on.
Made by Facebook.
Made by Facebook. Yeah.
Oh, just say it's a tablet then.
Yeah.
Well, it's specific to Facebook.
It's
though. So
called a portal.
you
and
have to be.
you have to use Facebook to do it.
All right. So I was unfamiliar with that, but okay.
You didn't see any of the Muppets commercials with the portal?
I don't think I have,
Oh, okay.
or I don't remember.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with all that running you've been doing,
Yeah, I'm getting ready for that.
difficult
8-minute
for you to
mile.
remember some things. No, but I don't think that he should be on either one.
Why?
Well, I'm going to get to it if you let me.
You keep
Before I
repeating.
forget-
He should.
Does Ron's need cardiac clearance for this mile?
Yeah, Ron, you might want to go see your doctor and have an EKG done. Maybe a stress test before you even attempt to do a 7-minute mile.
Why?
I mean, we'll have a liability waiver for if you drop dead. We're not liable.
I won't hold you liable.
Okay, good.
Well, that's good.
you
because-
might not because you'll be dead, but your wife might. Like, we made him do it.
No.
I don't think my dad should be on it because I tell lots of people on my personal one that I don't accept many friends on my personal one because I don't. There's lots of stuff that I post that people might find offensive. So I usually tell people, like, you know what? You probably don't want to be on my Facebook anyway. And I have a lot of offensive friends. So you're going to see their posts also.
You never.
I do.
would never
Actually,
think of that.
my personal Facebook is mostly family from like Mexico and stuff.
No, it's
That's
really
my
up to
only
you.
avenue of communication with them.
I am, yeah, and once again, it's about communication. I have my mother on my podcast
Your
On my
podcast too.
Facebook.
See, we
Yeah,
do the same
podcast.
thing.
on my Facebook too. However, I live 5 minutes away from my mother. Literally, she is on the other side of the town, and it's a straight shot there almost. However, it's because she's bouncing back between places that she goes to. It's just one more avenue to connect. Hey, what's going on? Hey, contact me. And I have such a large family. It's also a way to see what pictures she's posting of what grandchild, niece, nephew, brother, uncle, cousin, whoever, aunt.
They're all
of
the
mine.
same in your family.
Yeah. I am not.
I saw that. You know how it shows who your mutual friends are?
Yeah.
It looks like the boy has already accepted.
Hmm.
Uh,
You're dead.
yes. But I've had these requests for a while. So he must just keep requesting me because I don't, what am I going to say? I don't think I'm going to accept you.
Well, you can just completely ignore it and say it got buried.
Like, I don't
But
know.
if he listens to the podcast, he'll know better now.
Well, and now here's the cons. If you accepted him on the Slaptail podcast, what are the chances that he would actually listen to the podcast?
Well, one, he'd have to figure out how to do that technology wise.
No, because I provide a link in that. All he's got to do is click the link. It goes straight to the website, and you can listen to it on the website right from the get go.
I guess
it's really not hard.
I guess I really could just accept him, because if I offend him or the person that his son is, he finds offensive, he can always just unfriend me.
Yeah. Because
if it's a shock to him how I am, then he doesn't know me at all. Nothing I do should shock him.
Honestly. Oh, I doubt that.
No, seriously. Yeah, I was reading in this book. I finally finished this book. It was like Batman and Psychology. Actually, Swan, can you give me that book up there? There's a page that I earmarked that I thought was really bizarre, and I was like, this is stated as if it's fact, and I know it's psychology, which is not fact. But I was reading it, and I'm like, well, if this is stated as fact, why doesn't it relate to me at all? And I thought maybe I should be sad about that. Okay, here's the thing. And this is from Batman and Psychology, A Dark and Stormy Night by Travis Langley.
Night with a K.
There is no affiliation whatsoever with Batman, the comics, the films, or the TV series. So here's what he said that I found a little bit sad. Stereotypically, the father occupies a place in the child's life as disciplinarian, playmate, and provider, a stereotype borne out by research. Grown sons want their father's acknowledgement and their mother's nurturance. Even if some specific issues gives the son reason to reconcile with his mother, that reconciliation with her won't characterize him as a man, not unless he'd lived henpecked by an overbearing mother. But heroes are supposed to come from stronger stock. So, but it says grown sons want their father's acknowledgement and their mother's nurturance. Sons' self-concept have more to do with their dads, even absent dads, than with their moms. The father, whether hero or villain himself, provides the hero with a reference for how to become a man. The mother does not. I don't think that's true.
That almost sounds like a serial killer marker book.
In what way?
With
you
overbearing.
Just felt like that was something to say, or
no? When you the overbearing parent, right? When you look at some of the serial killers throughout history,
was that even like the main thread of what I just read?
Yeah, it was. Is that
what you got from that?
I did. When they want
I think my point was grown sons want their father's acknowledgement.
Would you let me finish?
I don't think you listened to what I said. I
did.
I think you just started thinking about other stuff.
No, I did. Most of the some of the serial killers out there, the markers are overbearing parents and wanting their parents' approval in such a way that they're willing to do extreme things to get it.
So you think serial killers kill lots of people to get their parents' acknowledgement?
In some sort of weird way, yeah. Read up on the profiling of serial killers. You just described a couple of the markers out there that would signify them.
I think you missed my entire point.
I don't think I did, but this one might have.
Explain to me what my point is. What
no. I'm gonna. You know what? It's so simple. I'm gonna let this one do it. No.
I said it specifically about me. And what did I say about me?
Are you saying that you want your parents' approval?
You didn't listen at all. See, you missed it totally. I read this passage because this person, who's trained in psychology, said, stereotypically, the father occupies a place in the child's life as disciplinarian, playmate, and provider, a stereotype borne out by research. Grown sons want their father's acknowledgement and their mother's nurturance. What I said was, this doesn't fit me, yet it says stereotypically. I honestly, no insult to my father, but I don't think about him every day. I rarely think about him. And he's been, of course, present in my life. He didn't divorce my mother. but I don't really give him much thought.
Well,
And
you're an
that's what I
adult
said.
now.
Like-
Why
I'm
would
like-
you?
I go, well, I mean, what research do they base this on?
Well, why would you? As an adult, you have
Stereotypes.
yeah, stereotypes.
Because
But
Your
why would
mom,
you have your own life? I mean, you
But
have your own kids.
even as growing up as a kid, your dad wasn't the disciplinarian, and your dad didn't play catch with you, right?
No.
So he can't fit that role.
No, but it still says as adults that we seek our father's approval or acknowledgement. I don't.
Now, do you find that in the son with you?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I don't have that.
I think you do.
Oh,
He-
no.
You think he
Oh.
wants his dad's approval?
In some way, he
No,
does.
I don't, because I don't give my dad a second thought.
Yes, you do. Listen to
Oh, my
previous
gosh.
podcasts about colonoscopy and how he should have gotten that, right?
What does that have to do with
All
my
he's
father?
saying is
that
that-
was no, that's the reverse. That's me telling my dad as a professional who's trained what he should have done. That doesn't mean that I want his acknowledgement. He needs
Yes,
to
you
acknowledge
do.
what I'm telling him.
Yeah, but as a professional and wanting him around, it's like, Dad, I really want you to stay alive a little bit longer in my life, even though I don't acknowledge you like a good son I should, is that you need to get yourself checked out. Most doctors
Actually,
don't
I
go,
never tell him any of that for my benefit.
yes, you do.
No,
Subconsciously,
Ron,
you do.
No, I don't.
I think
I
you
tell
do.
him that for the benefit of other people. If my father, I love my father, if he passed
See,
away
there we go,
tomorrow,
acknowledging him.
if
But
he-
you're going to say,
oh my
I
God,
didn't
Ron,
acknowledge
you're
him.
making me so mad because your understanding of psychology is so minimal.
You mean it's like pop psychology?
It's not even that. It's worse. It's
So,
I can't even say what it is. No, the point is, I
Yeah,
don't
okay.
meet that. Do I think that my son's relationship with me meets that? Yeah. My
What about the
relationship with my
daughters?
father? No.
does the daughter meet that relationship with you?
That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about. I think you missed the whole point. Do you know what my whole point of this entire thing that I was talking about was?
Male acknowledgement towards the patriarch.
Yes.
No, so could you explain that to me again? Because I didn't get that. Oh,
No,
wait
I don't
a
think
minute.
you
I
did
just
because
did.
you keep telling me that I feel that way towards my father, and I don't.
Okay.
He's
Fair
trying
enough.
to
Like
get
this-
you pissed off.
He's like this shadow character that I don't really even talk to him. And actually having a conversation, I try to divert other people to have conversations with my father so that I can go do other things.
So do you and your father have similar interests? And I'm going to go on a limb and say no.
No,
No.
not at all.
So do you think the absence of that relationship that you acknowledge it's completely different with you and your son? Do you and your son have similar hobbies?
Yeah.
Okay. So flipping that, and we'll go from the female aspect to, does the swan and the daughter have similar aspects, or does she think like you and go, okay, that's my mom, that's the swan, that's as far as it goes, goodbye, talk to you in a couple of years if I have to?
I didn't understand that question. Do you understand that question?
He's trying to say, does it go the other way with like me and the daughter? Like, does that stereotype fit? But it's not even the same type of stereotype, I guess. So does the daughter have the same relationship with me that you have with the boy?
I don't
Or-
understand the daughter's relationship with anybody.
Swan, you so elegantly put it, so simplistic, it went right over him. But yes, I would say you were correct.
So
So
does she? I mean, she's your own
I
type
can't
of
answer.
little
How am I supposed to answer for
animal.
you? I'm not. How can I answer for you?
I
How
mean,
would I know what your
I feel like
relationship
she's
is?
a lot like me, yeah. And her and I get along and do things well, and we butt heads the same too.
No, you don't. You guys don't even really butt heads. Your butt heads is all fake. When do you guys ever actually have any conflict together?
We don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all fake bullshit. So that's not even accurate.
I do think she respects me well, to a point, because she knows when to shut the fuck up when she's being obnoxious. She knows how far she can take it.
I guess. Anyway,
Anyway,
oh,
serious
and back
question though. Serious question though, Ron. When you take a shower, do you actively wash your feet?
Yeah, I do.
That's good.
Like between your toes, under your nails, things like that.
Oh, I don't go to that extreme. I do wash my feet though.
Do you wash between your toes?
Occasionally. I'll
Ew.
say
If
occasionally.
he's actually actively washing his feet, he's washing between his toes. There's a lot of people that don't actively wash their feet. They consider just getting into the shower and letting the water run over their feet, washing their feet, and that's not washing your feet.
At the end of my work night, I am hot and sweaty, so the last thing I want to do is go. I hop in the shower and I wash everything down. And before I forget, and we'll get back to this topic, did you see, because you said there were no interesting fights in karate during the Olympics, did you see the knockout that happened that
Actually, that's not what I
it?
said.
Okay, but that's the gist.
Yeah,
of it.
but that
That's not
fight,
what I said. What I said, the weight class that we watched, the night that I watched, was not interesting.
Okay, fair enough. I'll go that far. But did you see the interesting fight where the guy got disqualified?
Yeah, that
and
was
knocked down to
bullshit.
silver? I think it was too.
No,
Did
it
you
the
was
see
fun.
guy
it?
People
who
about it. I
got
didn't watch it.
knocked out won gold because he got knocked out by the other guy.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that guy kills himself in 7 years.
Why would you
The one
say
who won the
that?
gold?
Yes.
Nah.
No.
Because
But-
he probably didn't think it was fair either. Like I don't know. But that kick was well controlled. It was well aimed, and the guy who got knocked out walked into it.
Yeah,
So,
I agree with that.
No
he
fault
did.
on the kicker.
The guy went low for a punch, and the guy just kicked out to the torso. And when he went low, I mean, you put your
He
face
walked-
down there.
Yep.
Yeah.
His face right into the kick.
And that was an interesting
And it wasn't
fight.
hard. It just was the perfectly placed.
Yes,
to the
it looked
temple
more like a
jaw
stun
area.
shot. Because you look at him on the mat, he's wide awake. It just took him down.
Hmm.
So that was an interesting fight. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. They're disqualifying that guy? But I'm not a judge. I just, I'm an arch.
Hey, why didn't they call you?
Yeah, they should have called you Ron. Black belt, sensei.
Well, they could have called
Fearless
the B-Man
leader.
too. No, the B-Man too.
Yeah, back to washing the feet. I don't know why that got detracted.
It made Ron think of karate.
No. They
Yeah.
did.
But no, a lot of people don't wash their feet.
That is true.
So,
That's nasty.
That's disgusting. Why
Like-
wouldn't you wash your feet?
I
don't
mean,
know.
I see feet all day long. And you know what grosses me out the most? When they have the buildup of dead skin so gross that it looks like scales all over their feet. And you can see the pores and wow. Or when there's dog hair and
Or dog
stuff
food.
all stuck to it,
Or dog food
Yeah.
stuck to the bottom
embedded
of the foot.
into the skin. It's
Oh,
so
geez.
nasty.
Yeah, I've seen some pretty nasty feet.
Yeah.
No, I was watching this.
I got another one. So, or when they're
Is it about karate?
incontinent, yes,
Okay.
it's about feet. Or when they're incontinent, especially of number 2, and it just runs down and it's crusted onto their toenails and feet, and it's not good.
That's what you have to say.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
say it's not good.
It-
Wow, super expressive, Swan.
it
That's why
makes
we have
me
you on
want
the
to
podcast.
vomit.
Was there anyone listening who thought that it was good?
No.
So you had to go, it's not good. You know what you should have done right afterwards is you should have said, right?
Right?
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
Right?
Right.
No, I was watching this episode of Roseanne. More than one episode, actually, because now I started to pay attention. When we were doing this podcast about Roseanne versus The Cosby Show. And they often have these scenes with Dan and Roseanne in bed. And
Okay.
very frequently, you will see Dan's feet, the bottom of his feet,
Mm-hmm.
John Goodman, and they're filthy.
That's
I'm like,
gross.
who's the director of photography who's looking at this later on and saying, somebody really needs to tell him to either start washing his feet or we shouldn't have his feet in any shot. But you should look it up. Look up. If you could find any episode where you see Dan Connor's feet and Roseanne or John Goodman's, they're filthy.
That's
But
nasty.
The bottom of
isn't
his
that
feet
a
are filthy.
representation of usual typical middle class America? Not everybody
They
washes
don't wash
their
their
feet.
feet.
Yeah,
No.
that's exactly what you're saying. I mean, you asked me if I do it.
Even though the show is supposed to be about blue collar workers, middle
Yeah,
class
middle class.
America,
Yeah.
do you really think that they put thought into it and said, "Hey, can you have your feet be dirty?"
I don't think they did. But then again, I don't think that was part of the requirement for the actor either.
I guess you're missing my point.
Like
No,
we put this makeup, this dirt makeup on your clean feet.
No,
to
I'm
show-
saying that definitely didn't happen.
No, I know. Yeah.
So why all of a sudden the interest in feet? Because usually something sparks your interest in this, and we're along for the ride. So what happened to you out there in the world that says people have dirty feet, and how often do you wash your feet?
Well, I'm gonna
That's
go
all
out
right.
on a limb and say we
Why
talked
is everybody
about
saying going out on a
because
limb?
it's because Ron started it.
I think I've said that 4 times already. Ron's
So,
is saying it.
I'm
now
gonna
you're saying
go
it.
out on a
Is it-
limb.
I'm going to call
say-
this podcast
Out on a limb.
Go Out on a Limb.
Going out on a limb.
So we talked about the importance of dental health and how it can kill you if you don't take care of your teeth or dental infection. Same
Okay.
thing can happen with your feet. That's why we're talking about feet. Guess.
Okay.
All right.
Is that right?
I was just talking about it because people have dirty feet.
That's it,
No,
huh?
I went to take a shower and I'm pretty clean. And the bottom of my foot was dirty. And I thought, you know what? Most people would just hop in the shower. They wouldn't even look at their foot. And of course, I'm scrubbing mine clean to make sure that it's pristine.
Yes. You have clean feet. You have clean toenails. That's important.
Well, everything should be clean, especially the chode, Rons.
Yeah. Wash the chode.
You gotta scrub that chode. You gotta scrub that chode. Scrub that chode. You got to scrub.
Okay,
That
we don't need.
chode.
I don't think it needs a song.
Doesn't it? Doesn't it? I mean, everything. When you drive down the road, do you just automatically sing crazy shit to yourself, Rons? Ever?
Yes, I do.
Like what?
Oh, I listen to a couple of different bands, and I kind of sing along with that, or I make up my own lyrics as I go along.
Oh, I'm talking about totally different than that. Like if you're driving down the road and you see like a restaurant that's called like Rocket Dish. Just throwing out an example. I
Okay.
will drive down the road and be like, "Oh, Rocket Dish. Okay. Rocket Dish. Rocket Dish. Rocket Dish.
So you kind of make
Dish. Rocket Dish.
so,
Rocket Dish."
uh,
Now like run it together. Rocket Dish.
I think you might have Tourette's.
that's not
You
a
don't,
bad
so you
idea.
don't, you don't do stuff like that?
Occasionally, I'll do something like that, but it's been mainly I just on the way to work. I'll listen to different music to get me in a mindset of just focusing on what I need to get done.
You should try what I just said. It's really fun.
Okay, Rocket Dash.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
rocket
You
dash.
come up with
Anything.
your
Anything
own.
else. No,
Can't use
like
his.
and I've said this on a podcast before, but I'll use it as example again. And
Please
now
do.
I forgot the name of the restaurant, but on the way to the dojo on Portage Road, there was a Chinese restaurant. And
Joy Fongs.
Joy Fong. And I would say that from the time I saw the restaurant till the time I pulled into the dojo parking lot, and probably see people actually saw me doing it, but I'd be sitting there going, Joy Fong! 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 I would just keep doing it. It's fun. You should do it. It releases
that on-
something
you know
in
what?
my
No,
brain.
no.
It just makes me happy. I just do it. I don't know.
You
I've
laugh
done
at
that on
yourself.
occasion.
I laugh at myself.
No, I've done that on occasion, but I haven't done it
Rocket
recently.
dish!
Yeah.
Off the
Yeah,
top rope!
No, I can see where you come.
Rocket dish!
I can see where you do that. You go buy something, and it's like, how would that sound?
You should
and
do
you
it.
go,
I
Rocket dish!
recommend all members of the Slaptail Nation do that. It just makes you happy.
Yeah. You just
Free
get out there-
mammogram.
Yeah.
Get
Are
your
you
butt
offering
checked.
Are you offering free mammograms?
No, I don't. I don't believe that you should smash the tatas. You shouldn't smash the tatas.
How hard should you touch
You
the tatas then?
shouldn't smash the tatas.
I didn't say
It's not
smash. I
good
said
for the
touch.
tissue.
So when you see the adult toys out there that's clip everything, should you buy
I
into
feel
that?
like you're saying like a nipple clamp or something.
Yes, I
That's
am.
probably different than smashing the entire breast tissue.
See,
Yeah, there's probably not a lot of nipple cancer.
I mean, you can have it, but
Yeah, you
not,
can, but
it's not the
there's-
majority where
No,
they
not the
find
majority of the
breast
cancer, no.
lumps.
okay.
I mean, you could have cancer in any tissue.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's not where cancer tends to arise. Tends to arise from the memory
Arise.
tissue itself.
A rise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ron's
White
trying it
rise.
out, not working for
Yeah.
him.
Not
Right,
working.
you gotta try it. You gotta do other things, Ron.
You gotta
can't
come up
just-
with a better word.
I often do, but right now is not one of them. I'm just kind of like out there. Just tired.
Like banana smoothie. Go with
banana smoothie.
smoothie.
Banana
Banana?
smoothie. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Sometimes you're just too tired to give a fuck.
I don't think Beef Man's just ever too tired to give a fuck.
Well,
Would you punch a kid, Ron's?
yes.
Like if they're really obnoxious. I don't mean
Not at the dojo in a
Maybe the
controlled
dojo.
environment.
I mean if there's a really obnoxious kid and nobody was around, would you punch a kid? Just punch a kid?
No.
Pinata.
Would you punch a kid?
No.
I would. Do you want to tell the story?
No.
Yeah, do it.
Okay.
you
so-
tell
no,
the story.
No, because
No,
I don't
no,
even
no.
remember what I
No,
was
what's
gonna
the story?
say.
What's the story about you
There's
punching
no
a kid?
Story. There's no story.
I don't remember what I said exactly, but
Oh, it was the swan that punched a
It was
kid.
a
I
Swan. It
didn't
was
punch
a
a kid,
swan.
but I really wanted to. we
So
were
what
at-
happened?
I was going to tell you, but you were like, what happened? So we were at a baseball game and we were sitting there minding our own business, watching baseball. And this obnoxious kid, probably about 10 to 12 ish, maybe 13 at the most, but he was being so obnoxious, just be like talking to everybody, walking in front of people, jumping around, hanging over the edge of the baseball diamond, talking to the players. Like, can I get your autograph? This is minor league baseball.
Not even. It's
Not
not,
even.
even. It's
Not
not
even.
even minor league.
Okay,
No.
whatever it is.
What do they call them? Farm league or
Intramural
whatever.
league
Yeah,
baseball.
but sometimes. Anyway, I'll let
those
it go.
kids,
Continue.
those players get famous. Okay, cool.
Not these guys.
But not these guys. Yeah. And he was like, "Can I get your autograph?" And then he was kind of like being obnoxious. Just, I don't know. He just had ADD big time, and he was so annoying. And I just wanted to punch him.
yeah, we got it. The kid was annoying.
Yeah, he was. I just wanted to punch him. And
So-
what did I say exactly? I don't know.
She said, "I won't hesitate to punch a kid."
So it's a baseball game that the kid wanted an autograph.
Stop. You know what? You know what annoys me about Ron's?
What?
He's
what
trying to make
annoys
it
you?
right.
He always
He's
tries
justifying
to
it.
justify the obnoxious people and like be their guardian angel. It's
Okay,
fucking
for the mo-
annoying.
No, no.
This podcast
You know what?
is
If
not
it was
for
an
you
adult,
to.
if it was an
No, no,
adult,
no.
let's back
This
up. If it was an
podcast-
adult,
this
I would
podcast
say
isn't for
okay.
you to sit there and go, you know what?
You know what?
Let's
You're right.
think about
You're
this.
absolutely right. But you
That
said a
kid
kid.
Probably
You
had
didn't
leukemia.
say an adult.
Okay,
You
but
said a kid. And
that
if that
kid
kid
was
wants
old
an
enough
adult,
to sit the fuck down and watch baseball. So,
but you know, if my son wanted an autograph, I would say
But
ask.
but he
for it.
wasn't just doing that. He was being so annoying.
He's like, you guys
Like-
need some Mountain Dew? You guys want me to get you? I can hook you up with some peanuts. You guys need some peanuts? Whatever you guys need. Just constantly. He'd come back. You guys need hot dogs? You guys good? You guys good? I mean, I know that I'm supposed to vote for I'm supposed to root for the other team, but I'm just talking with you guys. Hey, you guys need anything? I think my mom can get you something. Yeah, can I get you guys autograph? What the fuck for, kid? What do you need their autograph for? Their autograph is as impressive as mine.
Well, I've often said that you should sign some merch, and we could raffle it off or sell it.
So raffle it off. So if we get a bid of $0 and it never goes higher than that, I just lost $12.
No, we could set a preset limit.
And so if you have no one bid on it,
I'll bid on it.
well, that's ridiculous. You're a fucking moron. And I won't
What?
hesitate to punch you.
Yeah.
I know
So,
that.
okay, so this isn't annoying. So I don't go to restaurants, but let's pretend we're at a restaurant and there's an obnoxious kid.
Garcon. That would be the B-man. Would he make a great waiter? Little bow
You
tie.
are dumb. Anyway, so we're at a restaurant and these kids next to you at the table while you're trying to eat, minding your own business with your own 4-year-old who's sitting
Pre-COVID.
there eating. What?
Pre-COVID, because we don't go.
Pre-COVID, yeah. You're sitting there eating your dinner, and these 2 obnoxious kids are crawling under the table, playing with the salt and pepper, throwing stuff on the ground,
Probably
making a
sticking
big
boogers
fucking
under the
mess.
table.
Yeah, picking their nose, being just loud, running around your table, and the parents don't do anything. That's acceptable?
No, it's not.
Oh, but it's acceptable at a baseball game for that obnoxious kid to do the same thing.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. It's not acceptable to be obnoxious anywhere.
You know
Except
what
at like the playground.
You know what I wanted to do? Did you ever watch the Wonder Years, Rons?
On occasion.
So on the Wonder Years, Fred Savage, the main character, they would show just a regular situation, and then they would show him doing something drastic as if it really happened, but it was him imagining what he would have done.
Yeah.
And when you first started watching the show, you didn't realize they were doing it, which was brilliant, really. So as this kid was leaning over the railing, all I could think of me doing was grabbing his feet and flipping him completely over. Like, why punch a kid? You can just flip him over the end like that. It's a good 8-foot drop. He'd be fine.
They bounce.
No,
They bounce.
Yeah, they bounce.
Oh, he's a little chunk, so he probably would have just splatted. He could have broken his fall on one of those farm league kids, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, did you tell the kid that please stop disturbing me or I'll punch you in the
No.
throat?
No, it's much more fun to just talk about these fun things that you would do, like not hesitating to punch a kid.
I would hesitate to punch kid.
It really, you're right. It's more annoying. I've dealt with an annoying kid, but I don't know if my aggressiveness would take hold or I'd probably back off. No, I would probably back down. I probably would. I'd probably take the kid to the side and say, listen,
No,
I'm glad
that's
you're
not
enjoying the
necessary.
game.
Why? It's so much more fun.
No, I'm not saying
just-
you're wrong.
To just
Listen.
fantasize about flipping the kid over.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying you're wrong.
Why?
but,
Why talk to them? What would be the point?
All right, fair
Well,
enough.
What happens if they've got some Hulk Hogan sized father that just freaking lays you out?
All right, sounds good.
Sounds good.
I
That
mean,
would keep you from running your 7-minute mile.
It would. It would. It would.
He's going to
It
get
would.
beat up on purpose so he can't run his mile.
Yeah.
Oh, so in the last few minutes here, I just wanted to ask you a question.
Sure.
Tell me, what would you do in this situation?
Okay.
Let's say that you find out that your niece and nephew are going to college, and you're pretty excited about it because you're like, hey, all right, they're going to college. Neither one of their parents went to college, and so it's a pretty good thing, right? Right?
Right?
Okay.
right.
Yeah. Right.
But then you
Right.
find out that their choice of college and their choice of curriculum is, how you say, evangelical.
All right.
And you feel like it's a complete fucking waste of time. How do you deal with that sort of information?
I wouldn't. It's their choice, not mine. I don't have a say in the matter, regardless
Wait a
of how
minute.
I feel.
I understand that you don't have a say in the matter. I asked you how you would deal with it. I don't
Well,
mean
would you
how
let
you
me
would
feel?
deal with that with them. I mean,
Would you
how
let
do you
me
deal
finish?
that with your own personal thoughts?
It doesn't bother me. It doesn't. It's not my choice to make. I don't care if they want to be evangelical. I can sit there and listen, or I can walk away, but it's not my choice. It's theirs. They want to go to college to be priests, whatever, or preachers,
No,
pastors.
not priests.
It doesn't bother me one way or another. If that's their calling, then that's their calling. Look how smart you are, right? I make fun of you, but you're
You do?
brilliant. Yeah, You're
Oh.
brilliant. But
I
you went
might
into
just be so highly intelligent that I don't realize you're making fun of me.
yeah, that might be true. But you went into the army to be a what?
Is the
You went into the army to be a ranger, right?
is the smartest cockroach any more impressive to the smartest being in the universe?
Yeah.
No.
But your path, your choosing was to go into the army and do something outside your intelligence, right? But you wanted to do that. Regardless of how I felt, regardless of how I
Well,
think,
I didn't
or
know you.
anybody else thinks,
So,
it doesn't bother them. Should never bother them. But it's what you want to do. So, hey.
uh-huh.
So
Okay.
with your
So in
niece
other
and
words,
nephew?
you don't. If it was your niece and nephew, you don't really care about them because you don't care about the choices they make.
No, I care about them, but it's their choice. Right?
And so
It's
that's how
their
you
choice.
reconcile. That's how you reconcile it in your mind. You're just like, ah, it's their choice. Who gives a shit?
So
Yeah,
if
exactly.
they were going to be drug addicts, you'd be okay with that?
That's
their choice.
different. That's
It's
a
their
little bit
choice.
different. That's different. We're talking, evangelical or a spiritual path. That's more of a harmful path to the body.
I would argue that the evangelical or the super what's even the word for it? Fanatic religious person is as destructive as a drug addiction.
Oh, that is an interesting point. I
Because
like the correlation to that.
look where fanaticism has led us. Let me just say this. They are going to get degrees in order to become missionaries. All right.
Okay.
Great.
I've known
being a missionary.
missionaries.
I'm totally okay with you being a missionary.
What will be their missionary positions?
Can you just let me expand on this so that we?
Oh,
can get to
okay.
it?
It's okay for you to cut me off, and well, you are the leader, so continue.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to make a point. So that's okay if you want to do the missionary stuff. That's fine. Mission stuff. That's great. But now I've lost my. But here's my question. You are going to go to other countries to spread the gospel as if that's a new thing, yet the gospel has been being spread throughout the world for hundreds of years and not much has changed. In my opinion, it's far more beneficial for you to go to another country to maybe help them dig wells or build bridges or fight off terrorists or something,
or get medical care.
How often do these missionaries go to these countries and these remote villages and bring the gospel when they should have brought bags of rice?
I don't know, and I can agree with you on that. If you're going
why
to
do you need to go to a private college and spend huge amounts of money to learn something to bring the gospel to people when you could do that without even getting a degree?
Some people feel like it's a higher calling.
Yeah, the cult-like religious school that they're going to go to that wants 20 grand a year.
Okay, fair enough, but you guys are both well-versed in the medical field. Why did you need to go to school for it?
Because you need a degree.
It's legally required.
Yes. You don't need that.
You can read a book. You know how to do Hope and Arts.
You can't.
It's legally required.
Give medical care or practice medicine without a license.
You can. You'll just go to jail.
You can't even do that on a mission trip. You need someone with a medical background and a degree.
Fair enough. I don't know the ins and outs, but if that's their calling and you don't like it,
I just think it's funny that you try to compare those two. You know for a fact that you can't just practice medicine legally, but you can go talk with someone about God legally. My point is, why would you go? I think that the thought process is a little bit skewed. You could go help other countries, help them get water, help them get food. How do you know that's missionary trip? It's not a new thing.
How do you know that's not part of their curriculum, though? If it's just not only spreading the gospel of the Bible.
Sometimes why I hate doing this podcast with Ron. Sometimes
why is that?
He wants everything to be nice.
Not even
like
that.
Roses and sunshine.
He won't engage in a fun way. Instead, he wants to do the opposite. Like if I complain about something, he's like, no, it's better this way. It's good this way. You're like, no, dude, I'm trying to utilize the podcast as my own personal therapy, but he wants to make it worse.
Okay.
Why is
Okay.
that?
All right. I see. I get your point.
Except
get
I have
your
to keep
point.
saying this to you over and over again.
All right.
Not only have I said it to you, but Tremonde has said it to you too. He's like, "Hey, dumb motherfucker,
He
we're
has never called
complaining
me a
about
dumb
something. We're
motherfucker.
complaining about something. Why won't you either join us in the complaining or just shut the fuck up? You are
Okay.
trying to convince us that we're not allowed to complain.
I never
This is our
once.
fucking therapy, dude.
No. I never once said you're not allowed to complain. Right?
No, but you're trying to talk us out of it. You're like, "Wow,
No, I'm not.
You're
No,
right.
I'm just. I'm trying to establish. I'm trying to establish a little bit more facts than just bitch. Right? On my part.
Why? That's not what this podcast is about.
All right. Do you want me to bitch?
Yeah,
Here.
let's hear
Yes.
All right. Here. For the next 5 minutes, I'm going to complain. Yeah,
Okay.
I agree with you. Yeah. Why are you sending people over there when, you know what? Nothing's changed in the Bible, right? Nothing is said for the last 2,000-3,000 years. Anything's changed. So why are you going over there, right?
Right.
To spread the word of God. So yeah, I agree with you, B-Man. You know what? Build some wells, build an infrastructure, take out that, right? They go, well, Jesus needs to come there. Nowhere in hell did Jesus go to Africa, North America. Hell, he didn't even go to Alaska, right? But they got churches there, right? And when Jesus does come back, if he ever comes back, nowhere in the world does he say, well, I'm going down to the Caribbean first, right? And you've got all these mega structured churches built. Do you think he's going to throw a dart at the map and go, I think I'm going to go to Brazil first because Carnival is just starting down there, right? Instead of doing anything with religion, right? Go down there and help the people. Really, seriously. And, you know, as long as I'm on it, I'm against the Pope, or for that matter, any religious person saying you need to have more kids, right? We've got an overpopulation already. Fuck the overpopulation. Or don't fuck it, by the way, right? Sit back, distribute condoms and birth control. Quit having kids, right? Don't go out there, well, you need more families because a big family works. Yeah, it does for some people, but not for everybody. And I've seen some people that shouldn't breed. I really have. They suck. So don't breed.
Keep going. I like this.
This is much more entertaining than you trying to piss me off by saying the exact opposite. Well, that's my point. We don't need to take religion. They've already been. As soon as you leave, some other religion's going to come there, and the same thing's going to happen. Hey, we wanted to talk with you about the gospel. That's great. Could you have brought me a bagel instead, maybe?
Oi. You know, and the other thing is, let's face it, it's more of a pyramid money-making scheme, right? Also, on that, it's a way to control the masses. Hi, you can only eat on certain days. So we've got rice for you on Sunday, but you got to come to church to get it. That's where the communion wafer came from and the wine, right? You can only go to Sunday or Wednesday or wherever just to get that cracker and a drink of wine. You know, no way. Feed the masses out there, right? And maybe interject a little bit of God every now and then. Like, it's a great day. God bless you, right? And they're like, who is this God? The beef man. He tells us we should not worship him, but we should revel in his presence.
And send him money.
Send him money. Contribute to that 7-minute mile that he's got to pay up to the Rons.
Again, so that was my point. Why do you need to go do something that's already been done? Why do you have to push your beliefs on other people? Maybe spurn conversation, and if people want to ask you what your beliefs are, they show some interest instead of making them have an interest that you're tying to other things. Because I guarantee you all those mission trips do bring something. You know, that way they can hook you in, just like you said, just like with the wafer and the wine on Sundays. That's what they're doing. And some other group's going to come right behind them. And my brother was telling me about this, and, you know, he's describing everything. And I'm like, okay, well, if they really wanted to do that, I'm like, why don't they just go become Mormons? You know, they'll send them on a mission trip for a year for fucking free. You don't have to pay for college for them to go do it. All they got to do is pretend like they believe in what the Mormons say, read some plates, and they're good to go.
I agree. That's the other thing. To me, it's a cult-like status, as you mentioned, right? When you go over there, help the people out, right? Basically, if you feed the people, right, you might get a lot more. However, if you look at it from a psychological and a point of view, how do you control the masses? Limit the food, tell them they can only eat when you give the food, right? And tell them they can only eat on certain days.
Yeah,
Right?
well, exactly. But there's what they're doing. We'll give you this help, but you have to convert to Christianity. No, how about be a good Christian and just give them the help? Or how about helping inside of our country instead? When's the last time? I mean, when was the last time? Not the last time, but how bad has it been? Oh, I don't know. There's this little thing called the Crusades. Oh, geez, how bad has it been?
When I've worked in certain factories, and I've met people from Africa, Kenya, wherever, right? And they go, "What?" I go,
Africa's
"What's your name?"
a continent.
But yeah, I'm glad you pointed that out. I didn't know that. But when I ask them, "What's your name?" they go, "Oh, my Christian name is Beefman." Right? Yeah, and I go, "No, what's your real name?" They go, "But my Christian name." I'm like, "No, that's your Christian." Yeah. And so they finally tell me, and I'm like, "Why don't you go that?" Well, the missionaries gave me that name. They're not only they strip you of your own fucking identity too at the same time, right? To me, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
You strip them of identity, culture, convert them, and give them rice on Sundays, right? Sound like Catholicism? I think so.
I agree. So I'm going to close out though. You're just
not supposed
showing
to fucking agree with me.
telling this one thing that I thought was funny. Having this conversation with my older brother, he was talking about how he has to pay tuition or whatever, but there's these other fees, and it's literally like as additional fees, but it doesn't tell you what they are. It just says additional fees. He's like, I don't know what these additional fees are. I'm like, what do these kids need this extra money for that is listed as additional fees that they would need while they're there? And I said, because he has no sense of humor, or ours is very different. I said, well, drugs and alcohol. There's also condoms and the morning after pill. And I just kept going along those lines. And I'm just like wondering what he's actually thinking in his head when I say these things.
Now, what do you think about them telling them to have more kids versus condoms and birth control?
Well, I think of course that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's just as ridiculous as people breeding dogs.
Oh, I dislike that.
Yes, I dislike that greatly also. Well, I enjoyed it much more when Ron's went on a rant instead of being fucking obnoxious.
So can we make that a segment? 5-minute rants with the Rons?
I'm
no, because anytime you give him an actual assignment to do, he's gonna fuck it up.
No, I'm not gonna fuck it.
Jesus, he already has 2 weeks to get in shape to run a 7-minute mile.
Okay, first of all, let's if you really want me to rant, I will rant.
Not right now,
Not
because
right now.
the podcast is over with.
Hold on. Right, there's a lot of shit that I suppress that I don't.
Bring it out.
Why do we
Let
don't
it
want
out,
it? How many times
Rons.
are we gonna say that?
Yeah, I know that, but to me, I don't like to get angry. It's a wasted emotion.
You're not getting angry. This is
You're
what's
just
keeping you from being
unbottling the cork that you're holding inside.
What do you think we're here for?
Just to make fun of me?
No.
No.
All right. Well, whatever.
So, by the way, I want to know what happened to our other podcaster who's always got an excuse. What's the excuse this week?
Got to get his chitlin.
Daddy duty. He's back next week, though.
Yeah.
Oh, it's always next week.
Yes, it is. It's always next week.
It's always next week. It's a flood one week. It's a bougie booty call the next, right?
Why you gotta go there, Rons?
Right? Oh, no, let's not even go there because it's like all of a sudden we were going to podcast that one day. Someone had to take the daughter somewhere else, right?
Mm-hmm.
What happened there? Right? So what's going on?
Why did you bring this up during the podcast? It's like not even important.
I see.
He does this like I'm like we try to wrap the podcast up.
Okay,
like,
fair enough.
We're doing that.
Fair enough. I'll remember to rant at the beginning of the podcast now.
You know what I'm going to do for the next podcast? I'm going to actually give you a small assignment.
What is?
No, I'm not going to say on the podcast. I'm going to give you a small assignment.
Oh, by the way, Beefman, fuck you.
Okay.
Fuck you.
All right then.
No, you know why? No, of course you know, but I'll fucking tell you why. I was looking for a karate patch for my bag where I keep all my martial arts gear in, and I just wanted a simple a tag on the pull on the zipper, right? And we were at a army surplus store, and we were walking by some camouflage, and my beloved wife Carrie went, "Oh look, be careful! You don't want to lose a button. There's some camouflage netting there." I couldn't believe it.
Oh,
I'm like,
Carrie.
yeah, I can't believe she did that.
Have
I'm
my
like,
gumdrop button.
I can't believe I'm like, oh, really?
I can believe
So,
it.
so yeah.
I can believe it.
So
All
yeah.
right then. Well, that's it for me, the Beef Man. Saying adios, amuchfuckos,
From the Rons.
and make sure
Wash
you
your
have
feet.
some. Make sure you have some fun saying some just silly words while you drive, and make sure
Right.
you're super animated so people can see you do it. Do
The
that for
Beef
me.
Man.
Yeah. And
from
wash
the
your feet.
Rons- From the Rons, Swan, you've got the last word. Go
Okay,
ahead.
I'm the Swan.
Hey.